Hello Year 5, welcome to Wednesday's maths lesson where we are going to be carrying on with our exploration of multiplication by looking at multiplying mixed numbers by a whole number. Okay, and remembering mixed number is, like an example here, a whole number and a fraction. Okay, so that's what we're doing today, but before we get going, could you have a go at these arithmetic starters for me? And here is your time-based question today. What time was it half an hour ago according to this clock? Okay, here is your arithmetic starter, and when you are finished I will reveal the answer. Now remembering back to our rounding knowledge for question 4, which way are we going to round? We're going to go round up or down. Okay, think about what column you need to look at. Alright guys, I'm going to reveal the answers to you in 3, 2, 1. Okay, hopefully you realise with that 0.6, with our whole number is going to be going up, so it's going to be 8. And what time was it half an hour ago? Well, at the moment it's 5:45 or 5:45, so half an hour ago. We'd have to move this minute hand back by 6 sections, which would be 30 minutes. And that is going to give us a time of 5:15 or 5:15. Alright, let's move on with today's learning. Okay, so we've got a question here, diving straight in with a question. One bottle of milk contains 2 3/13 of a litre. How much is in 4 bottles? So, what is this question asking us to do? It's asking us to times 2 3/13 by 4. That is our calculation. Now we can use partition to help us out. So I put my calculation in here, and then I'm going to partition it into my whole numbers, so 2 times 4, and then my fraction by 4. Now I know we can do our fractions times by 4 because that's what we were doing yesterday when we were multiplying our fractions. So we should be able to do this. Let me get my pen up. Right then, 2 times 4 equals, nice and easy, 8. Okay, and then we leave that there. We're going down to this partition. 3/13 times 4, well I know that my denominator is not going to change, it's going to be 13, so really I'm doing 3 parts times 4, 3 times 4 is 12, so our answer should be 8 and 12/13, because I've taken my 2 parts, my 8 wholes and my 12/13, and I've added them together. Okay, now it's your turn. Have a go at this question. I want you to answer it using the partition method and tell me, what do you notice about the example that I have chosen? So pause me here, and then in a moment I will reveal the answer to you. Okay, so I'm going to start revealing the answer in 3, 2, 1. So my partition is going to be 4 times 2 because I've got my 4 and my 2 wholes. And the next part is going to be 4 times 3/13 because that's my fraction. So what do you notice about this calculation? It's exactly the same calculation we've just done. I've just swapped them around to see if I can fool you. So hopefully you'll have worked out that the answer is 8 and 12/13. So that's how we can use partition to help us when multiplying mixed numbers. Okay, so what's the same and what's different about multiplying a mixed number than a normal fraction? Well, we've got to have more steps because we need to work with those whole numbers first. So here are the steps for multiplying mixed numbers. The first step is to multiply the whole numbers together. So here we've got 6 4/7 times 3. So let's do these steps. So number 1, multiply the whole numbers. 6 times 3 is 18. There we go. And then multiply the fraction by the whole number. Now down here, if you remember yesterday, we could add a denominator underneath our whole number to give it a number to times it by. And our whole number is always going to have a denominator of 1. So now I can multiply my fraction. So I can do 4 times 3, which is 12, and 7 times 1, which is 7. Then I'm going to add them together, and then I'm going to convert any improper fractions into wholes. So I've got 18 wholes here, So here's my 18 wholes. There we go. And I've got 12 and 12 sevenths. Now that's an improper fraction, so can I change that into a mixed number? How many sevens go into 12? Well, 1 7 goes into 12. How many do I have left over? I have 5 sevenths left over. Okay, now I can add it to my 18 down here. 18 plus 1 is equal to 19. And then I've got my fraction here, 19 and 5 sevenths. Okay, so now I've got my 3 steps for when I'm using mixed numbers multiplication. All right, this one is for you to try. Can you have a go at multiplying the whole numbers, then multiply the fraction by the whole number, finally add it together and convert any improper fractions into wholes? Okay, so pause me here. I'm going to write down the answers or the working out while you do it as well so we can compare. And then when you unpause me, you should be able to check your answer. So unpause me, please, in 3, 2, 1. Okay, here is my working out. Here are the steps that I did. I got to 51 and 3/4 because I got to 45 and 27/4, but I needed to change this into a mixed number so that I could add it together. If you got something different and you want to go over that again, then please come to the daily drop-in session with me or Mrs. E later on at 12:10. Okay, here is a true or false question. Each side of a regular heptagon is 2 3/4 centimetre. And this guy here, he hasn't got a name, he reckons the perimeter of the heptagon is 19 1/4 centimetres. Now I need to work out if this is true or false. Is he correct or is he incorrect? So the first thing I'm going to ask myself is answer, prove, explain. How can I work out the answer? What calculation do I need to do? So I've got a heptagon, which I know from my shapes knowledge has got 7 sides. I can count them in case I'm not sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So if each side is 2 3/4 and perimeter is the whole outside of the shape, what calculation do I need to do to find out what the perimeter is? Hopefully you're all shouting at the screen. You need to do 2 3/4 centimetre times by 7 because I've got 7 sides. So let's do that together. Step 1, we're going to need to do our whole numbers. So we're going to do 2 times 7 is equal to 14. Okay, can you remember what step 2 was? We need to do our fraction by our whole number. So we're going to do 3/4 times by 7, and I can change that into a fraction for ease of calculation by putting it over 1. So then I'm going to do 3 times 7, which is 21, and 4 times 1, which is 4. Now before I go on to my step 3, I'm going to change this into a mixed number because I've already got a whole number. So let's change 21 over 4 into a mixed number. How many groups of 4 are there in 21? Well, I know that 4 times 5 is 20. So that's 5, 10, yeah, is 20. Just double checking my maths there. So I know that there are definitely 5 whole groups of 4 and 1 left over. So it'll be 5 1/4. The next step, my third step, is I need to add together, let's put an equal sign in there, my 14 and my 5 1/4 together. That's going to give me 19 1/4. So is our friend from earlier correct? He said the perimeter of the heptagon is 19 1/4 centimetres. Yes, he is correct. That is the same answer that we got. And we can prove it by doing this calculation. Okay. Here is your varied fluency today. Have a go at these. They are on the website in the usual place. And also have a go at the reasoning and problem solving. Now, if you're up to it, if you're up to the challenge, I've put, because I know how much you guys love codes and breaking them, I've put a special code breaker activity up there today for you. So have a look at that and see if you can crack the code. Have a fantastic day on Wednesday, and I will see you soon. Bye, guys.